and welcome back. It is Saturday, October 11th, 2025, and here we are looking at where we picked off last time on Tuesday after market close. So on my last video, I said had mentioned that right here, buyers would be interested, buyers interested, and here again. So I had mentioned, before the market moves up, it needs to grab liquidity. Taking out, it does two things. So basically, to stop hunt orders, and also to get people to sell as well. So I had mentioned, stop orders would more than likely be around this zone area. And what we needed to see is, a breakout from that zone, shift away from that zone. So I'm going to just jump right into it, and I'm going to go ahead and start this bar replay mode. Again, this was, so this is going to start Wednesday. So let's go ahead and play this. See, so right off the gate, it already, had started its stop hunt. And let's go ahead and play some more. So this is Friday, and okay, let's go ahead and exit this bar replay mode. So analysis was pretty close. I mean, this stop hunt, I thought it would happen more, into the day, but it happened right out the gate. But you could see it's pretty close. Stopped hunt and went to 279. I thought it would at least get to 277. So literally 2 cents off, which is pretty dang good. But this is looking really good. You have this W pattern shifted out of that zone. So the next key level where we would need to go is right here. We need to see AMC to get to like about 304, 305. This is the next key level. I'll go ahead and highlight this area. I'll put it like this. So on Monday, it is a bank holiday. After hours on Friday, it was trading at 284. So what I'm thinking is we might see another stop hunt, grab liquidity around this area, grab those stop orders, the call orders, stop orders, and before shifting up. But what we need to see is a nice clean break from this area. Within this week or next week, we need to see a nice clean break, retest, and then shift out of that zone. Because this is, we're getting to, if it could get to this area, this is an area where now, sellers or short sellers would be interested. They would feel more comfortable around this area to sell, since it previously, sold off of this area. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if it could get back to this area, that would be 5. So you got to remember, like if it consolidates here for a while, that's actually a good thing. Because you got to remember, when the market's giving you a good opportunity to, let's say, sell, you got to ask the question, why is it giving me such a good opportunity? You know, right here, this is, you know, an area where a lot of sellers would be interested. So if it could consolidate around this area, we could potentially be moving upward. And again, none of this is financial advice. This is strictly just for entertainment purposes only. So only risk what you're willing to lose. I'm not telling anybody to buy, sell, or hold. Only for entertainment purposes only. So I'm gonna be going over a different chart just to show some correlation between AMC and like other cycles that has happened in the past. Also, I'll be going over a little bit on touching a little bit base on the dilution that shareholders could vote on. I believe it's December 10th. So yeah, I'm going to jump over to a different chart. Okay, so we are actually taking a look at Dogecoin here. So this is this full moon right here. Just to give out a time frame, this is back in October 9th, 2022. So this area right here, you can see back over here, buyers are interested. Come around this time right here, stop hunt those orders, and then come to the new moon. You could see that, you know, right after this new moon, we had a squeeze. We had a rally to 16 cents. So the interesting thing is around that time I was a pretty early investor, and I don't know how to explain it, but I had this like urge to sell. So I don't know if, I mean, this sounds a bit conspiracy, but I don't know if they put frequencies out there. I don't know what it is, but it's like I had this urge to sell, and I actually did sell, you know, to try and pick up a little bit more coins. But then shortly after, you know, it squeezed all the way to 16 cents. So I missed out on this rally, you know. But, you know, as you begin to invest and be in the markets more, you tend to see these cycles and make a lot better decisions after that. But so I did miss out on this, and I had to wait all the way till October. Let's see if I could find this. It was on October of 2023 when I decided to jump back in the markets. So this is, let's see. So looks like it was actually around, yeah, it was right here. I remember I saw this crash, and, you know, then it began to consolidate, and this was my opportunity. So I saw this. So just, you know, sitting on the sidelines for quite some time. Around that whole time that I didn't trade, right here I was trading Forex. I was practicing with Forex, and I saw this opportunity. You know, it was back at 5 cents, started dollar cost averaging, and then this is when I began to do a lot better. You know, remember my account was suffering around that time, but it took all the way till November 2024 when, you know, I made all the money back that I had lost. So currently right now I am at break even, but yeah, so let's go ahead and jump to AMC now. If it lets me. Let's go to AMC. So I just want to show the correlation between, you know, these squeezes that happen. this was, let's go to this May of 2024, the squeeze that happened. So right here we have something similar, with this new moon fade area, before the squeeze happens where it sells off. It's just, they do the same things. These squeezes don't happen very often. You have to be very patient, but you have to be ready for them. So after seeing this, time and time, I remember, I had orders at $9.23 because I saw like it would potentially grab liquidity from this area. So I did have a limit sell orders at $9.23. And if we look at right here, this occurred on market open. So if we look here at 6:30 a.m. market open, so it did trigger my sell limit order, but since it whipped, very quickly, my order actually filled at $11. So I actually sold at $11 and, made good profits out of that play. So now if we fast forward all the way towards where we are today, we're having something similar, and I'm beginning to feel that urge to sell. Obviously, I'm not gonna sell, especially in October and November. I would have to reevaluate in December. But I'm getting that same urge. I don't know how to explain it, to sell. I don't know if they put frequencies out there. I don't know. I know it sounds like conspiracies, but this new moon that is going to occur is, something to just take note of. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and jump into this moon app. It's good. It's a Luna Solaria app. So right here, if you take a look right here, it shows a new moon being on October 21st. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. October 21st would be in this, let's see, October 21st. So that is a Tuesday. So I don't know, we may be having something similar. I mean, I think if it doesn't squeeze by late October, we could potentially have a rally in November. But yeah, this is, we're getting into an interesting area. We're breaking out of this wedge pattern. And right now, there's a lot of this fear out in the markets with the government shutdowns, with dilution with AMC. So I'm just going to briefly touch bases on that. I mean, this is an analysis channel, not a fundamental channel. But on, I believe it's December 10th, shareholders can vote yes or no on dilution for AMC. So basically they want to double the amount of shares. So basically for shareholders, if that passes, then there'll be dilution for the shareholders. So just an example, if you were to have, let's say, 1,000 shares of AMC, if dilution would take place, you would have 500 shares. So you would, your portfolio would drop in half, which is, there's a lot of fear in the markets. I'm telling you, they work really hard to get retail sellers to sell. They put all this fear. Me personally, I'm already sick of AMC. This year AMC has not done anything. That's why it's good to diversify your portfolios. I thought the squeeze would happen sooner, but again, we are in a key area, and I think something big is going to happen. But again, none of this is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, that basically wraps up this video. So yeah, December 10th is when shareholders can vote, whether yes, they want dilution or no. It's all this bearish sentiment out there, the government shutdown and this. So yeah, if you want to find out more of that, you can go to the website, or you could look up other videos on YouTube. I just wanted to just briefly touch bases on that. But yeah, so thank you again for my new subscribers. And if you're watching this, do consider subscribing. I will be posting Wednesdays and Saturdays just to give updates, as we get closer to this squeeze. But again, only risk what you're willing to lose, and have fun with this. But diversify your portfolio. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.